5 of the best metal songs from 2020. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. Guz69 put out a video at the end of 2020 with the 50 best metal songs of the year, and I liked the video a lot. He had the album cover and he showed a video snippet of each album and it scrolled through. I thought that was a great way to get to see all the vast number of songs that came out, the videos, because I basically knew nothing about these groups, almost all of them. So what I did was I watched the video, and just based on the little clip that was shown and the soundbite, I picked 10. And from those 10, I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you and discuss the first 5. And then in the second video, I'm going to do the other 5. So let's go ahead and jump into what I considered to be the 10 best songs of 2020 metal, part 1. So the first song is by Igor, and it's called Downgrade Desert. Now this song has an Arabic music feel that I was instantly attracted to. I also was really interested in the female singer in this group, but I don't believe she's actually a part of the group. So the video starts out with a guy in the desert with a camel, and he's playing what looks like an oud when a spaceship crashes. Now, you can tell that this spacesuit is low budget. It looks like the guy has a plunger hanging from his arm. But then he starts dragging this crate across the desert, and then we get the woman in black yowling, which is what originally attracted me to this video. I really liked her voice. But this video does include the growling vocals, and some of it is done in that screaming growling, and I think this group is German. Now, I didn't do any background research into any of these groups. I just went on what I saw in the videos. So I think they're singing, or the lead singer is singing in German. This was a really good video. The second video is from Havoc called Fear Campaign. Now this one has a plethora of images that keeps flashing by, and that has some meaning. So there's a guy who's stuck in his home, and he seems to be like a germaphobe, and he's got his mask on, his gloves, and he's spraying his hands. Meanwhile, all these images, some of them are very horrific, are flashing by on the screen. And the song seems to be about how the media breeds fear and lies to control the population. Now, this has screaming vocals, but they seem to be very effective in this song. There are many, many jump cuts, and it kind of keeps you dizzy because it's image after image. But then you get the idea when the character in the video finally steps out of his garage and he sees people going about their ordinary lives, and he just shakes his head at his stupidity for staying trapped in his garage for so long. Now, there's some disturbing images in this, like the razor across the eye, which is, I think, from it's a very famous French silent film, I believe. But that scene has always disturbed me, and they show it in this video, so that just gave me a gut reaction when I saw that. This is also a really good song. The third song is from Cult of Lilith, and the song is called Atlas. Now, the video seems to be about an ascetic who is ensconced in the mountains, and he's either worshiping or figuring out what to do with the rock that he's holding. Now, since it's called Atlas, later in the video, he is carrying a rock on his back, and I'm wondering if the rock that he has in his hand is the one that he has to carry. Now, he even screams at the rock. So there's whispering vocals, and there are guttural vocals. The guy has a symbol on his forehead, and his face is in white paint, which is starting to crumble by the end of the video. This guy is trying to escape his situation, maybe like Atlas as well. He eats dirt, but in the middle of the video, he transforms into something like a dandy. He's all dressed up in like a paisley vest. He's sitting there, and a guy all in black, starts running his fingers along him, and then he gets in his ear, and when the vocals come on, the guy screams the vocals in his ear, and then a double appears, and they're both screaming. And this is actually a very effective use for the video of these vocals, right? Because you could just imagine this screaming going on in your ear. The fourth video is by Enslaved, and the song is called Jetin Grita. Now, I'm totally butchering that. So there's a man without a shirt on, and I felt bad for this guy because the whole video he's out without a shirt in the snow. And so he is trapped with what seem to be like whips connected to trees, and he can't escape. He's dripping oil from his mouth, and this is one of the images that got me wanting to watch this video, is this black oil just dripping from his mouth. There are guttural vocals plus regular vocals. There's a lot of cool imagery in this video. It's got a real black and white feel until like the second half. Even though there's color, just the starkness seems like it's filmed in black and white. Now, midway through the song, it does change. It becomes an instrumental, and it even has what sounds like an organ in it. Until there is a woman, like a vampire, until she returns, and then it goes back into the really heaviness of the song. So again, this poor guy at the end of the video, he has to fall into the snow. He's running through the snow. I guess he escaped. And then he falls into the snow, all without his shirt on. I felt bad for him. And the fifth and final song that I'm going to go over today is by The Unguided, and the song is called Seth. Now, this was a really interesting video because in the video, I was attracted to the woman screaming out the vocals, but I think it was a trick. So when you start watching this video, it seems like there are two alternate groups. They seem to be doppelgangers of each other, but of different sexes. There's an all-female group and an all-male group, and they mimic each other throughout the whole video, and it's really well done. So I wasn't sure if there were two groups together or if they shared vocals, the male and the female. I didn't know what was going on until the very end. They switch in the middle. So the men are playing and, you know, the women come up. One comes up with the baby. She hands the man the baby, the drummer, I believe. And then he walks off and she sits down and puts on his hat. And then all the women start taking the places. So I got the idea that these were the wives and the girlfriends or maybe sisters of the people in the group. And I thought it was a really cool touch to this video because it kept me guessing the whole time since I didn't know anything about this group. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to and seeing those 5 songs. So please stay tuned for part 2 of this. And I want to thank Guz69 for making the video in the first place. I can't wait for your video for 2022. And of course, the link to his original video will be in my description. Thank you all for the support.